Hi, boys and girls. I hope you're all doing well this morning. This morning we're going to read something called Merry Christmas, Davy. It was written by Bridget Weiniger and Eve Therilet. And here's Davy right here, and you'll find out who that is in a minute. All right? And here's the whole family in here, all his brothers and sisters and mom and dad and everything. They're all going to be part of the story too. Okay, so we'll go here and we'll find out who did all these wonderful pictures. Well, it was illustrated by a lady by the name of Eve Tharlet, and it was translated by Rosemary Lanning, because this was actually written in another language, okay? And it is a Michael Neuberger book. So let's go and see what's going on. Merry Christmas, Davy. Okay. Christmas was coming. The woods were buried under a thick blanket of snow. But the rabbit family was safe and warm inside its burrow. Father Rabbit sat in his armchair and told the children all about Santa Claus. "What does Santa Claus like us to do?" he asked them finally. "He likes us to be good," said Davy. "And he helps one another," said Donnie. "And he shares things," added Daisy. "And to be kind and loving," said Big Brother Dan. "Well, I see you all have been paying attention," said Father, smiling. "Now it's time for bed." See, here's their burrow right there. And see all the snow around there and everything? And they're all nice in there. So, see, there's some birdies right up there, and there's another one right over here. We'll talk about them. The next day, Davy stayed indoors. He didn't want to go outside because it was so cold. He sat by the window with Nicky. See, Nicky? See Nicky right there? That's his toy rabbit, waiting for the rest of the family to come home. Davy saw a tiny bird hopping up and down, pecking in the snow. That's this little guy right here. "Look, Nicky, trying to find something to eat," said Davy. "But he won't find anything. The snow is much too deep. Poor little bird." Davy saw more birds nearby. Their feathers were fluffed up to keep out the cold, and they all looked very hungry. And that's those guys up here, see? But Davy remembered what his father had said last night. Santa Claus likes us to help one another. "I'll go and find some food for the birds," he said. So Davy ran into the larder. This is right here. That's like a pantry. They called a larder. And looked around. He saw a big sack of corn. And the birds would like that. So he lifted the heavy sack down from the shelf and carried it outside. See right there, that big sack? He's going to carry that outside for the birds. Where could he put the corn, he wondered, so that they wouldn't get covered up by snow? Well, the snow wasn't so deep under the old pine tree right here. "Now the birds will have enough to eat," he said, and he carried the empty sack back into the burrow. And while he was doing that, he saw the deer. So here, all the birds have come down right here, and they're eating all the corn right there. There's the deer that he saw, remember? He says, "Oh, the poor deer," said Davy. "How can they find any grass under such deep snow? They need my help too." So Davy grabbed a bundle of sweet-smelling hay and hauled it over to the edge of the woods. See right there, that hay? Davy thought that the other woodland animals, the wild pigs' food, lay buried under the snow, and the squirrels were sure to have trouble finding their hidden stores. So he's getting this out for the deer right there. Okay. Look, there he is looking around. Davy filled his little red hood with apples and carrots and acorns and ran over to the pine tree once again. "There," Davy said to himself, "Mother and Father will be pleased with me for helping the animals. Santa Claus will be happy too." He could hardly wait for his family to come home. See, there's the apples and everything that he's bringing for all those other animals. Well, the family, they soon returned to the burrow. "Hello, Davy," said Mom. "Have you been good?" She noticed that the larder door, remember that's the pantry, was open and saw the half-empty shelves. "Davy," she cried, "where's our food gone?" I gave it to the hungry animals, Davy stammered. Are you crazy? Shouted Dan. What are you going to eat all winter? Well, Davy hadn't thought about that. He turned to his father. Well, you said we should help others and share things and love one another. We had so much and the animals out there had nothing, so I... But Davy's eyes, they filled with tears. Here he was here talking to everybody. Wah! Wailed Daisy. Davy has given our food away. Now we're going to starve. Dinah hungry, squeaked the little baby sister. And Donnie murmured, What a fool. Don't say that, said Father. Davy meant well, and he is right. We had a lot, and the other animals had very little, so we shared our food. But don't worry, we won't go hungry. That's true, said Mother. Things could be much worse. If we are careful, our food will last until spring. What's important is that we love and help each other now. Will you all promise to do that? We will, and they promised. Well, time flew by until Christmas. Everyone was very careful not to waste any food. Sometimes Davy didn't even eat all of his share. He took the last few crumbs over to the pine tree and scattered them on the ground. He didn't want the animals to think that he had forgotten them. There they are, all talking about that. Then it was Christmas Eve. The rabbits were decorating their Christmas tree when they heard a loud knock on the door. Is it Santa Claus? Whispered Daisy. Davy certainly hoped it was. He ran to the door. See, he's going right there to the door. And here's the Christmas tree with all the decorations and everything. Well, look who it is. But when he opened it, he saw the birds and the deer and the squirrels and the wild pigs standing outside. One of the birds chirped, Davy, dear friend, we are so grateful to you for helping us, and we want to give you a Christmas present. He held out a wing, he held out a twig laden with berries. Next summer, we birds will show you where the sweetest berries grow, he said. And you can pick as many as you want. See him right here? That little twig right there. That's what he's given them as a gift. But look at all the animals. Look at the deers and the birds and the squirrels and the pigs and everything. They're all there. And they're all happy that Davy was able to give them some food for the winter. One of the deer gave Davy a small bundle of wheat. We deer will show you fields of beautiful wheat. The squirrel had brought some mushrooms. We squirrels will show you where the biggest mushrooms grow, they said. And a wild pig dropped some carrots and an apple at Davy's feet. We pigs know where to find the juiciest apples and the fattest carrots, huh? He grunted. Merry Christmas, Davy, cried all the animals. Then they slipped quietly back into the woods. Look what my friends have brought, Davy said to his family. They carried the gifts indoors and laid them under the Christmas tree. See them all under here? That looks delicious, says Davy. Mother smiled. Now I have enough apples and berries to bake a Christmas cake, she said. Dinah hungry, squeaked the baby. And Davy put a berry in her mouth. Try this, little Dinah, he said. Next summer you can have lots more. My friends will show us where all the nicest things grow. See? Put the berry right in her mouth, right there. And we will have so much food that we will share it with the animals again. No one will be hungry next winter, said Mother. Then they hugged each other and said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Davy. Well, one thing we learn from here is about sharing. And we also know that there are some families out there that may not have as much food as you do. So maybe we can share with them. Maybe you can get some canned food or something from your parents and take it to a food bank or to the food stores where the people can come and get their food. Or maybe take it to your church. But share that food with others because there are people and kids just like you that don't have enough food for Christmas. Well, thank you, and we'll we'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.